not as a network for our senses to enjoy, but as a network to somehow make Krishna's senses enjoy. If we could please our spiritual master, the best way to please their spiritual master is how? By not disobeying his order. That's the cardinal sin. If we disobey the order of the pure devotee, then we're pao, like they say in Hawaii. Pao means you're done with, you're finished, kaput. So, Yaśodā Nanda Prabhu was explaining very nicely about the Gopi Baba club in LA. I was in San Diego at the time, so I'm very happy to hear that, because I knew that it wasn't what it was. This happened more than once, as far as my personal experience in LA, where there was some spiritual activity going on that actually was nice. It was bona fide, but there's always somebody envious. And the example that I remember, we had a Krishna bowl, and it was Krishna book, and everybody was reading Krishna book like crazy. Everybody in the temple in LA. And they made this board, like in a TV game, and they had buttons where they'll ask a question, and there were two parties. There were different groups competing to see who was the Krishna book champion. And you'll smash these buttons. And it was amazing, because everybody was talking about Krishna book and Krishna's, and the example of the game was like they will start reading just any part of Krishna book, and you had to guess what pastime it was just from the first 2 or 3 words. So if you knew Krishna book that good, you knew the answer. So this was amazing. It was one of the best, nicest Krishna conscious experiences I had in LA. So somebody went and told Prabhupada, they have made Krishna a game. Somebody was envious that didn't like this, because they were some kind of authority, but they didn't thought of how could we engage the devotees in reading Krishna book and memorizing Krishna book. And somebody came with the idea, and it wasn't them. So, of course, a lot of these leaders, they want the recognition and the worship and the respect. So it was presented to Prabhupada that way, and Prabhupada said, oh, they should stop immediately. And we were so brokenhearted, because we were so much into it. And as far as my understanding, there was nothing wrong with it. It's just the way it was presented. So I was very happy to hear Yaśodā Nanda Prabhu explain about the Gopi Baba Club and how they were just reading Prabhupada's books, and I knew that because Prabhupada books are extremely esoteric, extremely. If that's the way you want to go, it's there. Prabhupada gave us everything. There's nothing that, if Prabhupada didn't write it down, we didn't need to know that. That's my understanding. And this Yaśodā Nanda Prabhu was talking about some of these personalities that come from India, and they preach that you are a gopi and you are simply forgotten, and once you discover this, then your whole life will change. And this is very, very dangerous, because anybody could fall into it, anybody. And if you fall into it slightly, and if you're open just to the idea that poison is so strong that it captivates your mind, it's like a spell. I went to one of those meetings with one of these persons, and I'm going to give credit to their name. And somebody convinced me, say, oh, yeah. He never says anything like that about Prabhupada. And it was a group of us, 4 devotees, and we heard out of this person's mouth exactly that yes, Prabhupada gave you enough, but there's so much more, and I can give you that. And I heard that right from the person. And we all looked at each other, and we got up and we left. So, you don't know why we don't went there. Anyhow, but my point is that people want to believe that the highest perfection is to exchange saliva with Krishna. This is actually what they believe. And any other relationship besides the conjugal relationship with Krishna, if you're not in that relationship, then you're totally wasting your time, wasting your energy. So this is real poisonous. And this is what they preach, and people believe that because this just is Mayabad. It's the last whip that Maya has to get us. But to think that, oh yeah, well maybe I could enjoy a little bit. Because what they think is that they actually become Krishna or Radha, and they're enjoying. And Krishna simply enjoying through their senses. And this is such poison, and it's so prevalent all over India, everywhere. And Srila Prabhupada is the only person that talks against it, and he talks very clearly. Prabhupada doesn't ask questions that we have more questions. When Prabhupada speaks, he gives answers that have answers, and those answers have answers. Hare Krishna.
I think it's quite significant that you mentioned about this Gopi Baba Club. One of the participants on this call, I believe Puranjana was there. I saw his name earlier. If he is there, maybe you can make a comment about that. Puranjana, are you there? Yeah, he's there.
Yeah, Haribo.
Haribo.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, well, in 1976, that's when they started doing the short-changing techniques. And they made some kind of video where they were training people how to cheat people out of the, getting money at the airport. Like, for example, a woman would take a $20 bill for a book and then go into the restroom and, say she was going to get change, but she wasn't going to get change. She was just going to wait in there. The customer had to leave because he had to catch his airplane. And this way they called it short changing. So that was.
Hello? I think we've lost the sound here.
Okay, I guess we did. So what we'll do is we'll carry on with the discussion. I wanted to further